we're joined here after our second semifinal game with Smith College coach Lynn Hersey and players Jane Liu and Hannah Martin. First, congratulations to all of you. And Coach, if you just want to share some thoughts and comments about how you felt the game went.
Yeah, that was a grind. I think everybody in the stadium knew it was a grind. Certainly want to wish Oshkosh what a great team, very battle-tested team, well-coached team, and an opponent we had played last year, and we knew coming in, how dimensional they were, and it was something we focused on throughout the week. And I just want to wish them and their seniors all the best. We certainly have a lot of respect for their program. They play an incredible conference. We were fortunate enough to make one more play than them this year. And, we're excited about what's ahead. But also, really want to compliment my team for, I think we had a stretch of at least 8 minutes where we couldn't get a bucket to fall. And we kept our poise. We relied on our defense. We kept the control of the boards. And then we found a way to generate some momentum in the second half. And, all games come in different forms, in different ways. And I think the mental fortitude of this group was what we saw tonight. Our ability to not play our best and to take some really great strategies from Oshkosh and to try to make adjustments and keep our composure and then be able to make a push in the last quarter to win the game. So definitely going to chalk that up to the experience of this group and just sort of the focus for 40 minutes.
Kind of to follow up on that for Jane and Hannah both, Coach mentioned you guys had some droughts where you went a little bit of time without scoring. And I think both of you each kind of had some big buckets at big times. Jane, you hit some big threes in the first half and also a big one in the second half. And then Hannah, I think your bucket to go up by 4 with about 2 minutes left. You guys want to talk just a little bit about kind of, your mindset maybe in those moments when your team really needs you?
Yeah, well, I think our team is really battle tested, and so big stages and close moments, it doesn't really throw us off. Going back to the Gustavus Adolphus game, we were down, 9-11, whatever it was, and we're able to rally together and come back. So I think that's a strength of our team, and we're just very resilient. Talking about shots, before the game, Coach was telling me to shoot more threes. I've been shooting at a good percentage, and so I was really trying to bring that, especially during that scoring drought, not getting in my head and trying to feel the offense any way I can.
Yeah, going off what Jane said, I think in big moments like this, trusting our experience, we haven't really had an easy game in this tournament. We've been tested every single game, every single quarter, basically every single minute. So even when things aren't going our way, we kind of huddle together, take a deep breath, and tell ourselves that we've been here before, we've been here countless times, and we're not going to let the moment get too big for us because this is what we were made for. And I think my mindset heading into the game is I just wanted to be as aggressive as I could. I knew that that's what I could bring to the table for the team if we wanted to be successful. And I know that me and Jane had a bigger goal in mind going into this game, so we were going to do whatever we could to get the win.
Coach, this is more directed for you, but also Jane, Hannah, if you guys want to hop in as well. Obviously, you guys hang your hat on the defensive end. They went 2 for 22 from the 3-point line. Was that something specific that you guys were focused on, or was it just you played your normal defense, or was that legit part of your scout?
Yeah, well, there's 2 phases of that. I thought their post player 34. I come into the tournament and really was a big factor in their offense. She was 1 for 6 today and scored 2 points. So we did our job on the inside. That was a big focal point for us. And then, we contested a lot of their threes. They got some good looks, but for the most part, we were able to put some pressure on those shooters. We also played at a faster tempo, which, can affect fatigue and those types of things, which can kind of impact shots. And so I think the tempo in the second half was really what we needed. That was out of halftime, a massive push. We were playing their pace in the first half, and we needed to get back to transition basketball and getting good stops and trying to generate better offensive looks for us. So, that has the wear down factor as well on the opponent, and maybe that contributed a little bit, but it was a good job by us to keep them to only 2 threes. They're a good 3-point shooting team.
Yeah, I mean, not much more to add on to that. They have weapons all over the court offensively, but I think defense is part of our DNA, so it's the top of any scout that we have. And Jazzy really shut down 34, and that fueled the rest of the team, and that got our offense going, and we were able to handle them that way.
Yeah, awesome.
Coach, can you talk about the last play there what you were looking for, what you were anticipating on the defensive side? 8 seconds left. They're down by 2.
Well, we do our homework, and we had an idea of a couple of different options that could come our way. So we recognized the setup, and we were able to share what we thought was going to come, and it's one of those things though. You still got to be able to make the play defensively, get the rebound, contest without fouling, right? So the credit goes to the players on that. They just contested a shot. It was short a little bit, and we were able to get the rebound. So, but we knew they had a good playbook at the end of the game.
I know Allie didn't score as much tonight, but big play on defense. She blocks a shot off of Alex Rondorf. It goes out of bounds when you're up 1. She leads your team in blocks, I believe. What makes her such a good shot blocker at her size?
Well, I think she gets timing. She has a really good motor. I think she reads that moment well. She's just she's sort of a player that really. I mean, she didn't have her best game today. I mean, she was 3 for 15, right? And what I love about her is she plays harder. When her offense isn't flowing the way, or she's a little short on some layups that can get into players' heads and make them less effective, right? And what I love about Allie is it's just the motor goes higher. Her focus on defense and how to impact the game in a different way is really how she approaches those moments. And she comes up with big plays. I mean, she got big rebounds down the stretch. She's 5'3", and so, I just appreciate the way she approaches any part of the game that's throwing some adversity at her. It's special mindset, and I'm just thankful she's on our team.
One more for whoever wants to field it. You played Bowdoin in a rematch, you played Oshkosh in a rematch, and this will be the first time in Division III women's basketball where you have a rematch in the national championship game. What's different about your team?
Well, I mean, obviously NYU has a lot of weapons, right? And they're played a whole year and have only had a few close games, right? So we have our work cut out for us. We really need to kind of recover, get our mindset ready. We've started just as we always do in our routine. I mean, we know them pretty well right now. And I think ultimately we're going to get to work, and control our controllables. I think we have a great group of guards. Obviously the pressure, I think that will be the early battle. And then it will go into many other battles, following that. But, it's exciting to be able to have another opportunity, not just playing NYU, but to win a national championship, right? And so we're going to go in with the mindset of competing at our best and taking the body of work we've had this year. Throughout the tournament, we've played a lot of really good teams, and we found a way to win, and that's the mentality that we'll be going into Saturday's game.
I'm sorry, one last one, and for whoever wants to. Jane, every year the team has gone one step farther. The one step farther would be the national championship win over NYU. You just talking about what that journey has been like for you?
Yeah, well, first off, it's something that I could have never dreamt of when I first committed to Smith. I feel very grateful that our coaching staff prepares us the way that they do. Genuinely, I've never played for a coaching staff that is so intricate in the details, that talks about how every inch matters. And so I think going out there, I can just play freely because I don't, we've gone through everything. We have all the tools that we need to succeed. So I'm very grateful for that. So I don't really see any pressure to go and, you know, like have to win. Obviously that is the goal, but I have full faith in my team that we're going to go out there and take out business. And I just don't think anybody should count us out, or because I think every year we come back and we should surprise a lot of people.
Yeah. I mean, I remember when coach was recruiting me and she was like, we're winning a national championship at least once in your 4 years. And obviously every player wants to hear that, but actually being here and now being my second year and going to the national championship the second time, it's kind of just surreal, and I wouldn't want to do it with any other group. And I'm so grateful for our coaching staff and for each individual player on our team. This is everything I've ever dreamt of, and I'm so excited that we get another opportunity. And like Jane said, not a lot of pressure. We just want to go out and play and have a good game, our last game all together. But obviously, remembering the loss from last year, we have a lot fueling us, so we're really excited.
For all three of you, kind of following up on his question, the last team to have lost the previous national championship to get back was 2019. Ironically, that game was played in this building. Mm-hmm. For all three of you, can you just reflect on last year's team, this year's team, and the journey of both?
That is a very loaded question. You know, obviously, like, every team has parts of them, moments, you know, that are unique and special to that group, right? And there's a bond that you share, and, you know, you go into all these games, and you know, your goal is to bring out the best in each other. That's the goal, right? And it happens on the court. It happens in our daily lives with each other. And I think we've been really fortunate that both teams have had incredibly great people, you know, kind people, people willing to give of themselves to others in our community. You know, the type of women that I hope my daughters grow up to be like, right? And, you know, that's what makes it special. But I think it's the trust within the group that gives us an opportunity to be in this moment today. And you got to build it. That doesn't just happen. And it has to be filled with vulnerability, and it has to be filled with authenticity. And, you know, last year's team, this year's team, the team before that, they had that it factor, you know, and I think that is a big part of the success you see. It's not just the X's and O's. It's so much deeper than that. But it's something special in life, you know, that you get a group to be able to share something like this with. So we're going to treat it with a lot of care. And, you know, no question that we're going to battle. And we're going to believe that we're winning on Saturday. We're going to believe that. And we have a lot of work to do to get ready for that. But work is not something that we're afraid of. We kind of love the grind, as you can see today.
Yeah, I mean, similar to what Coach said, every single team that I've gotten to be a part of at Smith here is just so unique and special in its own different way. And I think it's the team, the program's ability to work with the players that we have and find ways to be successful that way. It's our ability to stay resilient when things go bad, but also celebrate what happens when things go good. Every year is different, every team is different, but we're able to work with everybody and find a way to be successful.
Yeah. I mean, I think Jane said it really well. I think it's just, it shows a lot about the work ethic of our team and our coaching staff when we lose 3 or 4 really big seniors and big scorers on our team, and we come back the next year and we do everything all over again. And I think like every team is different. I think this year we have a lot of edge, especially after losing the national championship last year. So I think a lot of the returners took that and used that to guide our team this year to just keep going and do it again.
Well, thank all three of you very much for your time. Again, congrats on the victory, and we're looking forward to seeing you all on Saturday.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.